First off, I'm thanking the Big Blue Nation. This is the 4th time we set an attendance record. 4th time. We set 2 postseason records. And now we've set and broke the attendance regular season record twice, so this year. So I guess if the temperature gets above 75, I expect to break a tennis record every time, Big Blue Nation. But thank you. This is awesome crowd, awesome environment, and just really proud of the Big Blue Nation that showed up today.
Talk about the game they saw, though. That was kind of...
So I thought the story of the game was our bullpen. We went 5 2/3, 0 earned runs. I thought that was the key to the game. And you guys obviously just talked to Carson Coleman, the way he came in and just moved the game along. And I thought Jimmy Ramsey pitched awesome. In the one inning where they scored their run, he actually got 4 outs in that one inning. Because obviously we didn't defend the field the way we wanted to. And then I thought Chris Mockemer, we brought him in the 7th there. That was the game. The game was on the line, and we went to our best guy, and it proved to be the right move.
So credit to those guys, not letting the 5 errors phase them.
Yes, and you know what? Prior to tonight, if you would ask me what's been the best part of our team, it's been our defense, right? We have gone, I think, 7 games without making 5 errors. We've gone 7 games without doing that before. So the fact that we didn't feel sorry for ourselves, and you know what? The game goes on. And that's a life lesson for our guys. Things aren't going to go your way all the time, but how do you act when things don't go your way? And we've obviously made some really good pitches. And even Luke Becker, he missed the one ball. The very next play, he gets a solo hit right at him. What does he do? He finishes the play, and he makes the play. And that's what great teams do. They finish.
You mentioned the 5 errors, 8 total for the game. The wind being the way it was, did that play a factor, do you think?
Yeah, this was obviously going to be one of those games where you're going to have to get your walks, your HBPs, because anything hit in the air, especially to the middle, to the right side of the field, it's going to be an error. And obviously that led to a lot of runs for both teams. When you start thinking about the amount of walks and the errors, they obviously played a big play in the factor of the game.
Did you know you were going to go to Chris that early?
Well, you know what? I tell you what, Chris, when we were down in Alabama, we wore T-shirts for the first time in 2 days in a row, all year. And it was amazing walking through and talking to some of our pitchers about how their bodies felt. Just not having to deal with the elements to try to get and stay loose all the time, right? So he actually came up to me and said, Coach, I'm good for 5 today. And I said, you ain't throwing 5 today. But when the game's on the line, you're going in. And sure enough, that's what happened, and we got him in there, and it worked out.
When he came in, did you feel like that was the save situation?
That was it. And you know what? I just asked our team. I said, hey, guys, we do the deal where I let them speak their mind, whatever's on their heart. They have to have a voice, too. And I said, hey, let's make some comments about Mock. And one of the comments was, Coach, we felt like the game was over when he came in just because of the way he was attacking, his body language. And you know what? That was the most crucial part of the game. So we went to our best guy.
This season, coming into this game, Louisville had only hit into 13 double plays, and we had, 2 in the first 3 innings. How gratifying was that?
Yeah, that was really big to obviously turn a couple double plays. And you know what? With the wind the way it was, you were going to have to keep the ball low from an offensive standpoint, right? Like much like when if any of you have ever played golf, which I don't. I wish I had time to do it. I love the sport. And by the way, I hope my son plays golf so I can hang out with him for 3 hours. But when the wind is really blowing, you got to keep the ball low because anything in the air is an automatic out. So I thought both teams actually did a really good job of not just giving routine outs in the air. So you got to keep the ball low, and you know what? You were going to probably hit into some double plays. That's why we tried a couple of runs to try to stay out of some double plays, but that was going to win the day.
When was the last time you've ever been involved in a game like this that was so windy, either as a coach or as a player?
I'll tell you what, when I lived in Daytona Beach, that's what Coach Gruhl and I were laughing. We're like, hey, are we back in Daytona with the wind? Right? There was times where it was so windy, if it rained, you couldn't even put the tarp on because guys would be flying through the air with the tarp. So it's been, to answer your question, I'll go back. I'll say the last time was 2005.
What was it like then?
Really windy.
I mean, was it windier than today?
Oh, it was much like it. 45, 50-mile-an-hour gust winds. The winds were up to 45 miles an hour, and we prepped our team, and they were prepared for it.
Nick, this may also really be a product of your success from last year, but after you lost to Bama, some of the fans were grumbling. Did you hear any of that, and what would your response to them be?
No, if they were grumbling, I love anybody that cares. So to be grumbling probably means you care. So I would welcome that because they care. And you know what? I don't want to coach at a place where people don't care. So the fact that people might be grumbling, I'd say good. That's because they care. And you know what? We were grumbling too. We weren't happy. So the fact that, we're trying to create an expectation and do things that have never been done before. If fans, I didn't hear it. I don't know how I would have heard it, but I love anybody that cares. Anybody that cares. And obviously the Big Blue Nation cares. That's why they're here tonight.
Coach, could you ever see this series moving to a weekend maybe in the future?
No, I don't know. We have never talked about that. Dan and I talked about some things before the game, about some different things that maybe we could do, but we hadn't talked about a weekend series.
What are some of the things you did talk about that you might be able to care to share? And some of that you talked
Oh,
about?
no, we just talked about the state of our sport. You know, one thing I appreciate about him is he's been around our sport a long time, and he's, you know, been on some different committees, and we were just talking about some different things that maybe where our sport might be headed. Again, thank you guys for being here. It means a lot. Go Cats.
Thank you.